Welcome back, traders. Welcome to the channel. So we are back again with another video. So I've been seeing, I saw some two people commented. They were asking about how to identify the time frame. One said he's only hearing 1 hour, 4 hour, and then he was asking where does one enter from. So this video I'm going to be showing you entries, how you can take your entries, and also I think we can deal a little bit with multi time frame analysis, but more about entries, so that we can all be on the same page. So yeah, that is going to be the main content of the video: how to take your entries and how to use different time frames. First of all, I'm going to show you how to use the one time frame, and also how you can use multiple time frames to get your entries. So we subscribe to the channel, and then we shall start our analysis. We are going to 500 subscribers. So far we are at 500. We are at 440. Yesterday it was 430. Today it is 440. Yeah, so let's subscribe, grow this channel to good numbers, and then I'll proceed with the analysis. Okay, so let's proceed. So I'll start with I'll be doing random pairs because I want to cherry pick the ones that are ready for examples. So I'll be doing random pairs. This is, and just to clarify, the strategy works on all pairs, doesn't work on one or two pairs, as long as the pair uses a candlestick and the chart, even if it is indices, cryptocurrency, or even commodities, as long as they use candlesticks and charts, then the strategy can work there. So now, supply and demand and top-down analysis. So this is the GBP JPY and it is the 4-hour time frame. So now it is the 4-hour time frame. First, I'm going to show you one time frame approach. Like, that is the time frame you do the analysis on, and it is the time frame you use for entries. You don't have to change any time frames. Use the same time frame for analysis and entries. So now we have our setup, high probability setup, that I always tell you, that goes like this. Like that. Like that. You have price going up, then comes down, makes here resistance, then breaks this resistance, comes down to make to sit on the support. Price comes down to sit on the support. This is resistance broken, turns into support. So as price goes up, it leaves a demand zone on this support area. So this is where we enter from on the same time frame. People were asking which time frame do you enter from, because you're hearing only 4 hour, 1 hour. So here, this is where you take our entry, and then we are going to take the trade to the last high, the previous high, which is this one. So your entry will look something like this. You're going to enter from here, then put your stop losses slightly below, but these days I use the stop loss according to the ATR, slightly below, and then you target the previous high. So this would be a 1:5. So that is the setup. See how I've not moved from this time frame to another time frame, just same time frame. Just go to the time frame that you want, 1 hour, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 45, any time frame that you want, 4 hours, 6 hours, as long as you're comfortable with that time frame. Then choose your setups, or look for those setups. When the setup happens, wait for the execution. So I'm going to show that setup on the 4-hour time frame, GBP JPY, and this is a trade that happened We missed it because it was a sniper entry, but it is moving on well. So far it has moved how many pips? 100 pips. So it was moving on well. We missed it because it was a sniper entries. However, this was the right zone to buy from, and we did buy from there. So how do you see that setup? Go to the line chart. You see, price made a high, which formed a resistance, then came back, then broke the resistance, and used it as support around this area, then shot up, breaking the structure and the trend line here. So price ranges and comes back to this area, we take it up. That is what happened here. Price ranged, then it came back to this area, so it was supposed to tap here and then go up. It did, but it used only the wick and then went up like we had anticipated. So that is 1 hour time frame. You don't even go from that is 4 hour time frame. We didn't even go from that 4 hour. We just used the 4 hour for analysis and entries. We identified the setup and then waited for price to come and tap us in and then take us up. So that is one. So let's go to another pair and look for that setup. This is euro USD. So people complaining, this is also euro USD. I'm going to use the same time frame, euro USD. So price came and made a high, a low, then another high, which was rally base rally. So this base was on this support here, this resistance that turned into support. So we expect that when price comes back to this area, we are buying. So what happened is price ranged for some time, came back to this area and bought. However, if you did not use the ATR, you're going to be stopped out. ATR was saying 35 pips, so you just get the low here, which is 28, let's say just 30, and then add 30, that is 65, like that, and then target the high, that is 1:2. So if you use the ATR, you would be safe. If you didn't use the ATR, you had to lower your entries to around that zone, which is sometimes risky because you're going to miss some of the trades, and then put 35, so you would be stopped out. You would be stopped out there, unless you use the ATR. So now what happened is same time frame, price came, tapped us in, and then shot up. So far it has moved how many pips? 184. So if you use the ATR, it would be 1:2.5. 2.5, it would be in 184 pips. Same area, you don't even move from. As long as you identify the setup, you don't need to move from one time frame to another, as long as you have identified the setup. So now I'm going to show you one example. Okay, let's see GBPUSD. GBPUSD is the same thing. GBPUSD is the same thing. Price came and made low, high, lower low, higher high. That is a QM buy. Look at the move, a good demand zone. So price came back to this area, same time frame. You don't even leave that time frame. Price came to this area and then we bought from here. That is 160 pips. So you don't even have to leave the time frame. Identify your setup and then wait for the market to come back to your area and then buy from your area of interest. Also avoid so tight stop losses like these ones here. Give your stop losses some breathing room, because price will come, will take you out and then move to your direction. Someone who said that his point of interest never hold because you do not identify the valid point of interest. Okay, so that is it. Let me get, I think, which pair was it? It was on the daily time frame. Let me try to look for that pair and then I'll give you a multi-time frame analysis. I don't know which pair was it. Was it NZD? Was it Euro USD? Which pair was it? Which pair? GBP card. GBP/JPY. I think it was GBP/JPY. No, I think it was GBP/JPY. This one. Let me try Jeff JPY and see. Yeah, I think it was Jeff. No, it was 0 JPY. 0 JPY. Yeah, it was 0 JPY. So we're going to do one for multi-time frame analysis, and I'll end that. I'll end this video. So what do you see here? This is a daily time frame. This is 0 JPY. What do we see here? We see price making a high, a low, another high. But while making this high, it broke this structure with a bullish engulfing daily candle. So this is a good supply, a value supply zone. There's an indecision candle and an engulfing candle, and we're in an uptrend that is a buy. So this is a good supply zone. So you mark your area like that when price is around here. So you're waiting for price to come back to this zone, and then you go down to the 4-hour or 1 hour to look for entries or confirmation entries. So when price comes back to this zone with this candlestick here, we drop down to the 4-hour. So when you go to the 4-hour, what do we see? We can refine our zone to here. However, if we refined it, it's going to look like it was not tapped in. So we just take a cluster of candles like that. But in most cases, it will tap in. So don't worry about this. So you drop down to the 4-hour, and what do you see on the 4-hour? You see another zone here, which is, where is it? That one there. You see that zone there. So you see, this is our zone, this is resistance. Price comes back, use this one as resistance, but then breaks, forming, using it as support, then it goes up. So you mark that zone. Then your entries, remember I told you, do not put tight stop losses. Give your entries breathing room. Don't put a stop loss like this. At least you make it, if it is 43, just make it 45 pips, like that. So price will come, touch this area. Remember, we have dropped to the 4-hour. So now this should be our entry time frame. Price will come, touch this area, and then we target the previous high, which is here. So far price moved 113 pips, but our target is here. You see guys, our target is there. So okay, so now if you went to the 1 hour, I'm looking for confirmation entries. I'm checking if I can see confirmation entries. So if you went to the 1 hour, you would get a confirmation entry. Why? How price came, made a low, a lower high, a lower low, and made a higher high, but it left here demand zone. So now you would mark this area, but this would take a lot of patience. You'd mark this area very well, like that. Let's remove this one for the high time frame, like that. So now your entries would be here. When price comes back, you target the previous high, that is 12263, but it went up to 98. So when price comes back, you'll be able to buy from that area. So that is mainly for confirmation entries. So that is how you use different time frames or one time frame for your entries. You don't have to get stuck on one time frame or different time frames. You can choose one. Let's say the moment you know the setups, then you don't have to worry about the time frame. Just choose any time frame and then use the setup. Okay guys, so that is all. If you have not subscribed to the channel, kindly subscribe to the channel. If you have liked the video or learned something from it, like the video and also share. So if you have anything that you'd like to ask, put it in the comment section. I'll gladly be happy to make a video about it. So that is all for today, and have a nice day.